Every tour pro on Earth swears by urethane golf balls. And there are plenty of expensive tour balls out there for golfers who want that. But how about those who want more performance for less? That's why we created Tour Response, a tour-quality urethane ball that doesn't cost as much as a ball played on tour. A 3-layer ball that's easy to compress, easy to launch, and easy to play. Delivering the kind of spin tour players would love in a ball that's designed for you. Try the all-new Tour Response. Swear by it, not at it.
I played not as good, obviously, as I did yesterday. 74. I should have been a little better. Could have been a little worse, but hung together, made some birdies on the back nine, and then a bogey in the last hole.
It was wet to start. How much of a challenge was that for the entire field out there? And how did you get through that as the day kind of dried up as it went on?
You know what? I didn't mind it. Obviously we need the rain, but I'm not a bad rain player, so it didn't bother me that much.
Can you take advantage of throwing some balls at the green tight with greens like that? Like, I think about it because everybody talks about obviously how dry it's been all year.
You can, but the way we were playing today, it wasn't happening. And it was windy out there. There was a lot of shots that came up short because it was pretty windy.
You've played in a lot of these events. Obviously, you've had success. You've got the lead going into the third and final round coming up on Friday. How do you approach this?
You know what? I just got to go out and hit fairways and greens and not worry about what everybody else is doing because there's too many guys that are too close. So I got to go out and shoot a good number tomorrow, and hopefully it's good enough.
Have you learned anything over 36 holes out here, course-wise?
Yeah, no, not really. The greens they're difficult to read. Like some of them break, some of them don't, and yeah, it's going to be a putting contest tomorrow because all the guys that are within 2 or 3 shots are all going to be gunning for everybody. So it'll be fun.
When we got started and there was rain, I think we were all unsure as to just how long that was going to carry on, and there was a good breeze with it. So it was a good test, especially coming back into the north wind on the front nine.
You take a look at the way the day started, and then now it's obviously a little bit better coming off the course a few hours later. How much of a challenge was that to get through?
You know, once we got through probably the 8th hole, it seemed that things settled down, and so it was crosswinds on the back, which was a little bit of a challenge, but it was certainly not quite as tough as the front nine was today.
What did you like about your game today?
You know, by and large, I kept the ball in play and I putted reasonably well. I think that's really helpful out here. The greens are in lovely shape. We're fortunate. And so I just didn't get myself into big trouble and managed my game fairly well.
It's very tight at the top of the leaderboard right now. How much do you look at that? How much do you think of it? And what's your approach tomorrow?
Well, the good thing is I haven't seen the leaderboard, but no, I think it'll be the same thing tomorrow. It's just a matter of who's going to be fortunate in making some putts, but we'll hope the weather's as good or better than it was today, and look forward to it. It should be fun.
Day 2, I'm not excited anymore, but the golf course beat us up today, so I'm a little more humbled and maybe just happy to be here. Day 2, I kept the focus far less than day 1. Day 1, it was all enthusiasm right from first hole to the 18th hole, and today it was like, oh, okay, I'm out here with the big kids, and it's tough.
How did you survive that though today to shoot the round that you did?
Well, I would argue with you that I didn't.
Okay.
A little bit of a car crash on the 16th hole. I tried to pay attention to the target on everyone, and I tried to not pay attention to what the people beside me were doing, which was strange too because they're my friends and they never gave me a gimme all day.
It's amazing how that happens at a provincial championship,
right?
Eh?
You gotta play it down. Okay, that's what we did.
So what have you learned about this golf course and playing in your first seniors event through 2 days that you bring into the finale here tomorrow?
Oh boy, can I think about that one overnight and I'll let you know in the morning? This is a great golf course and it's fun, but you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention on the greens. Putting is hard here. Like the pins have little subtle things in front of them. You have to pay attention all day.
I got off to a decent start and then was pretty shaky in the middle of the game. I got very frustrated, but turned it around on the back nine, shot one over. So you got to be happy with how you finish.
What was the key to being able to get things back on track for you?
Just getting back in the moment and not thinking about other things or other players, and really focusing on my own game and being patient.
It was an interesting day to say the least, with the weather and kind of how everything, just kind of played out today in day number 2. How did you handle that, and what do you look forward to now in round 3?
Well, I look forward to the weather being, I think, a little warmer and a little less windy. Maybe the back nine was a little better because the wind died down a shade, and there was just a lot of stuff going on. It was rainy and everything was wet, and yeah, you always try to learn from that, and you let it get to you, it's never good. So.
Can you take advantage of the greens at all, being a little bit softer? Can you start to try and throw some darts in there?
I think you can. Probably today, both Fran and I made the mistakes of hitting where we would have yesterday and ending up a little bit short rather than having something in close to the pin. No birdies today from either of us, and I think that was a lot of the reason. We just didn't really adjust enough to the being able to hit it right at the pin.
Fran talked about after round 1 playing with you. You were done already, so I'll
Yeah.
ask you kind of the reverse question. What's it like to be one stroke from her
Yeah.
and playing again tomorrow, battling for this thing?
It's kind of interesting because we're very good friends, and to not have a beverage in our hand and our feet on the cart and go around just in a fun game. And we're usually partners. I much prefer playing with her as a partner than I do against her. I guess it's something I haven't done that much, and so it's odd, but we try to make the best of it.